Welcome to my presentation on the famous folk legend of William Tell. Today I will not only be teaching you about William Tell, but I will be answering a burning question. Why did he start a rebellion? Before we begin our discussion on him, we need to know a few more things that can help us know what he was like. Firstly, we need to know what was the rebellion and how the rebellion started. The rebellion that William Tell started was a defiance against his leaders because of how they were foreign. The whole rebellion followed battles between the Swiss people and their foreign leaders. The people freed themselves one village at a time and then finally overthrew the foreign government and took control of the country again. Now we need to know when and where all this took place. This rebellion took place in Switzerland and commenced on the 18th of November 1307. This event was a very significant time for Switzerland, as it was the event that led to the formation of the Old Swiss Confederacy. William Tell also fought in many other wars, which include the Battle of Morthagen, which took place in 1315. William Tell died in 1334 after trying to save a child from drowning in the lake. William Tell is very significant for his work in leading the rebellion, but now we need to know what caused the rebellion. William Tell began his rebellion after he refused to bow his hat at an important flag that was raised by Gessler. When he refused, Gessler thought of a very cool punishment. If he could shoot off an apple off his son's head, he could live. He shot the apple and the two survived, but William was arrested for admitting that he was going to kill Gessler if he missed. He then escaped after a failed boat ride to a prison, and whilst he was free, he was able to assassinate Gessler. This caused the rebellion, as Tell was defiant against rules that were unfair and unjust. There was many people involved in the rebellion, but some had a more critical role to play in the rebellion. One main person was William Tell himself, as he was the person who not only started, he was the person who led the rebellion. Another very significant person who had an opposing view to Tell was a man named Albrecht Gessler mentioned before. He had a very significant role as he was the newly appointed leader of Tell's village and was the person who made the cruel punishments for Tell. Now, a rebellion is only as good as the cause it's going for. This rebellion was very significant for Switzerland, as it led to the foundation of the Old Swiss Confederacy, as said before. It was started as Tell was a very patriotic person and wanted to protect Switzerland from the rule of other countries. When a foreign leader came and took rule of the village in which Tell was from, Tell took this personally and purposely disobeyed orders, which led to near-fatal consequences. Tell then escaped his capture and assassinated Gessler, who was the original leader, whilst on the run. This led to a movement that then saw people rise up and disobey their foreign leaders, whilst leading to an overthrow. Now, for the burning question. Why was William Tell a rebel and why did he start the rebellion? William Tell started the rebellion in defiance against how foreign countries were taking control of Switzerland's political system and becoming leaders. When a foreign leader named Albert Gessler took control over his hometown, Tell got angry and disobeyed orders given by Gessler. He was then caught and sentenced to life in prison, but he escaped his journey there and killed Gessler whilst on the run. This caused an uproar with other villagers doing the same to their leaders, which eventually led to an overthrow of all foreign leaders, but also the Old Swiss Confederacy. Thank you for listening to my report on William Tell and his story. I hope you at least learned something new about William Tell, or at least learnt something about William Tell for the first time. Thank you and goodbye.